Here we go. Victory Formation Podcast. Back in your speakers. Eddie, say what's up to the people, man. We back.
Yeah, we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the number one podcast, number one Dallas Cowboy podcast in your heart. Well, we have a lot to talk about in these last couple of days. Kind of happened and camp and acquisitions, new players, a new locker room feeling, everything. So it's exciting.
The vibe and everything is different. Everything is different. This week already, we got the biggest news so far is we talking about camp at practice. We practicing against another team. First it was the Seahawks. Now we're practicing against another team, the Saints, which
the punk ass Saints brought the
I didn't know. Like, man, they're like little brother next door. Tried to come next door and be like, "Hey, man, give me your bike." Like, man, what's going on, man? You're the little brother.
I don't know if you got a chance to see like one of the there was a meme that was created from it yesterday, and it was like one of the Saints grabbed one of the Cowboys helmets and just threw it as far as he could. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But I mean, we'll get into it. But
Scott Steiner's son, I guess he was leading the charge, man. He was ridiculous.
Wait, was he even playing? I thought he was suspended. He was playing yesterday?
Yeah, well, he can practice. He just can't play. Like, he can practice up until he can go through preseason. Once the game starts, he's suspended.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know he was playing.
Yeah, he was there yesterday causing a ruckus.
The overall, I guess there was multiple fights. There was at the last count, I think they said that there was about 10 skirmishes.
10
and that's
fights,
not including that's not including all the little
the
things.
little shoving, get up my face, man.
Every
like
fucking play. If you watch
every play,
man. Like every time, it was crazy.
Even Shotty was pissed.
It would be like 30 seconds after the play, somebody would come up and just like headbutt somebody. Like, I don't know. It was almost like they were just wanting to get into some sort of confrontation or fights. It was crazy.
Somebody,
even Shotty and Moore actually came together after a couple of them and actually discussed whether they were going to end practice early or not. And that's means if it got to that point, I mean, obviously you want to see some aggression. You want to see your players kind of standing up for each other and stuff. But once it gets to a certain point,
at a certain point, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's I mean, there's injuries being threatened. I mean, I think I saw one clip. I saw our starting free safety got his helmet ripped off, and then he was suplexed like it was WWE onto his back, and then in that same scuffle, you see what our another safety that's trying to free his leg. He's being pulled into he's like. It was ridiculous. It wasn't so much fights. It was almost like a battle royale out there. It was crazy.
Man, I didn't know Kellen Moore hated us that much. Like he told his team, like, hey, whatever you do, man, take them all out. Take them all out. I don't need any of them around. But we won't even play them this year. That's crazy.
It was Bounty Gate 2.0.
Yeah.
But Shotty did have a couple of, the reporters were asking him after practice, and obviously. You don't want to say I'm not mad at everybody. I'm just disappointed. Kind of tone in his voice where he said,
he's a
it
good
was
dad.
a little chippy. It was a little chippy out there. Not that we like. That's not the way that we like to do business. So, I think he kind of just took it upon himself. He's like, we're going to take care of everything in house. I'm not going to sit here and blast anybody, but we did see our team running after practice again, and I figured that we were going to happen.
I think this one was a punishment. I don't think they asked for this time. I think this is hey, y'all run till y'all throw up.
Yeah, I think the takeaway that we need to get from this, and what the question that was raised was, we needed this practice. We didn't need a wrestling match, right? And really, how much of a benefit is playing with an edge right now. I mean, you're out there risking injuries and things with after the play, pushing and shoving and everything. It's not part of the game. Aggression is during the whistle. Is sticking up for your teammates is always a locker room. Bring a locker room together. You don't want to see somebody get pushed and stuff, and then you just walk back to the huddle. You're going to stand up for somebody, right? But it got to the point where it was a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, punches were being thrown. Your cousin got thrown out again, second time during training camp.
Yeah,
That's
that's
your
another
cousin,
thing.
man.
That Easy or Ezeiruaku, we definitely need to have a discussion, or the front office does need to have a discussion about not only
Yeah,
his
man.
discipline, but like what's going on, maybe mentally, what's happening outside or off the field issues. Maybe
Yeah.
he just needs to put a flower in his helmet or something to
I'm
remind
telling you,
him to
man,
be a little bit
because
soft.
I'm an instigator. When I play, I talk a lot, and like I don't care who LeBron can be out there. Well, I always say basketball player because I played basketball. I didn't play football, but LeBron can be out there. I'm still talking noise, and so that's how I'm an instigator. Like, man, you can't shoot, and I talk a lot of noise. I tell people their wives taste like Honey Nut Cheerios, all kind of stuff, man. But man, that was one of my favorite things that Kevin Garnett did. But anyway, I've never ever was like pushing and shoving. Like I'll be like, hey man, hold up. Like it looked like somebody about to fight. I put my hand up, but throwing punches and stuff, that's way crossing the line. I'm like, and this is the second time, and this is just practice. The season hasn't even started. You can't have that happen in a game where we need you, where it's in the third quarter and they're driving, and then all of a sudden, boom, you throw a punch, give them 15 yards, you kicked out the game. Now we lose one of our better edge defenders. And so it's like, man, you got to keep your head on straight.
And it did happen last year. He did get kicked out of a game.
Yeah, he did get kicked out. It's really his third time getting kicked out.
Yeah, so it's happened 2 times in camp so far this year.
Yeah.
And really what Shoddy said was that what was his quote on here? He understands that he can't hurt the football team. If the football team, he's an adult. He understands that. He's not a kid. But we do need to have some leaders in the locker room kind of step up and maybe put their arm around
to
him.
The side. Yeah, like come on.
Yeah,
man.
Quinnen needs to kind of step up, or maybe even one of the edges. Even what would be awesome right now, and we'll get into it is Von Miller walking in, kind of setting up shop, maybe sitting right next to him, like, hey, young buck. I mean, I understand how angry you can be out there, but this is what you need to do. Maybe teach him little things here and there that can help him maybe channel that aggression a little bit differently.
Yeah, because I understand sports is sports, man. You get there by being an alpha dog. It's very few passive people who make it to professional sports. Very few. It's some of them, but it's very few. Most of the people who make it are the aggressive type who go get it. They have ambition. They know how to work, really, really hard to get where they're at. And so my coach always said he would rather have to pull me back, like calm me down, than to get me fired up. Like he doesn't feel like he should have to fire somebody up, but he would rather pull somebody like, hey, calm down a little bit than having to tell him to hype up. So it's like you like the fire within them. You just got to exhibit it in positive ways. Like the next time the running back's coming through the hole, you blast them legally. That'll get a lot of aggression out. But don't wait till the play is over, throw a punch.
The thing about it is and I understand because I've been in my share of actual fights on the field in pads, right, and with helmets on. You go to a different place when after a fight or after a play, it's like a fight, right? You're physically fighting with somebody at that moment, and then it gets taken into a different direction, right? Somebody goes a little bit harder after the whistle or something, and it becomes like where you're seeing red. And I promise you, I mean, I've had physical fist fights with helmets on, and where me and the other guy are punching each other in the helmet, not doing any damage to the other person.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense
at all. Just my hands. Believe me, my mom knew that I had broken a knuckle, and she's like, how did you get that? Was it because of that? It's the aggression that comes out at that moment. You have to be able to channel. You have to be able to grab it, and it's part of growing up. And I think that's having a leader like Von Miller or Parker or Quinnen. Quinnen, I think, is probably. Could you imagine having him as a leader on your team, even at work? Because he's funny as hell. You know that he's not going to put up with shit because he's hungry, and he's a humongous individual.
Yeah. And he leads by example. He's one of the better ones. So you can't be like, I'm not listening to him. He didn't make these sales, or he doesn't fix anything.
He's probably right in the middle of the locker room. I think that's the way that Shoddy sets stuff up, is he put leaders right in the middle.
He needs to learn how to be like, for instance, the guy that used to be in our team last year. Hoffman. Like Hoffman was a grade A-hole.
Yeah.
Like he would instigate people, but you could tell he knew exactly what he was doing.
Was
he would
different.
always get to that. He would get to that line where he knew, all right here, let me stop, because any further I'm gonna get kicked out. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get a penalty. He would fall on somebody like, oh, I fell on you, sorry, then lay on you for a second, knowing good and well he wouldn't get a penalty, but it would rile up the other person. Like he knew how to do that, and it's like Easy needs to learn how to do that without crossing the line into, all right, 15-yard penalty. All right, you're out the game. All right, that's a $20,000 fine or whatever. So it's like he needs to find that line.
Like Hoffman was a little different. Hoffman, like you said, is an instigator. Easy's not an instigator. Yeah. Easy is a hothead.
He's just angry. Yeah, he's just angry.
Yeah. Easy can't, like, somebody just touches him in the wrong spot after the play, and that's when he's getting aggressive. It's going to come after him. He's not instigating. He's not poking that dude in the chest like, oh, you're going to get a penalty on you, like Hoffman.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoffman he was a genius at that.
Man, I'm telling you, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was smart. Yeah. And I'm not even like that physically. I'm just like that talking noise. Whenever I see somebody doing something, I know how to talk and get under their skin.
We feel it.
I've had a lot of people.
We know it.
Man, I have a lot of people that, I'm like, man, no, you're not going to let him talk to you like that. Like, man, I know how to rile people up, but it's a skill. You got to
have teammates like that too. You got to have teammates like that too, because it helps you, the camaraderie, and it brings the locker room together.
So did anybody have a good time at camp? Were there any good news?
The one thing that was echoed yesterday was, where is all this coming from with our boy Ferg? Like, Ferg's having not only a good camp, but yesterday in practice he was the standout on the offense. Him and maybe one running back, but he right now is, is this a contract year for him? I don't remember if it was.
No. He just signed a contract.
Okay. So we would almost expect, like, the cycle of, oh, you just signed, you just got the bag, you're going to kind of calm down a little bit, but it's not the case. Like, he's been showing out, and I think, and I'm gonna this is going to be a hot take of mine. I think Spanford and us signing other tight ends is kind of pushing him in the right direction, right? Like, I can't stand on my laurels and still keep my tight end one and get 70 targets a year playing like this, or not stepping up a little bit. So I think it's kind of pushing him, and it's nice to see that.
Yeah, because I think he sees what Trigg is doing. He's seeing what Spanford is doing. He's like, man, I was the best before, but if I don't act right, then these guys will take my spot, and they will. They'll take your spot.
Every year there was, like, only just one guy that he kind of needed to nestle with, and even then that guy was still a tight end too every time, right? And so it was always like Shoemaker, Jarwin, or somebody wasn't just going. They weren't going to take something from him, but maybe it wasn't Jarwin, maybe it was something else. But it was Schultze. So the other guys that kind of stood out yesterday, and I don't know if you saw any clips about it. There's been a lot of back and forth with different writers saying that Olave killed Caleb yesterday and just took him to the woodshed. If you look at everything, it was really back and forth. Olave did have some success against him. I mean, I think yesterday Caleb kind of got his welcome to the NFL moment. Not that CD and Georgie aren't giving him that every practice, but Olave doesn't have his best interest in mind. Olave's not going to teach him a little bit. Plus, I think they crossed paths at Ohio State too. So maybe he could have seen him, or maybe he played against him when he was at Alabama. I don't know. So the simple fact of it was that they went back and forth yesterday. Olave had he had a red zone catch. He had a good catch on the sidelines that some guys were saying it wasn't a catch, and some were saying it was. Either way, it was a good battle, and I think Caleb's going to come out of this as a better player because he was running against somebody that was faster than him, right? Like that analogy.
Yeah. But that's just football 101. Everybody expects rookies to come in and be one of the best players on the team. Like, that's not how it works. He's a rookie for a reason. Like, he came from college. Like, you know how they'll always say, oh, you can take the worst NFL team and see how they do against the best college team. the worst NFL team will destroy the best college team every day of the week. That's because they have 53 NFL players. The best college team might get 6 or 7 of their players drafted, and maybe 2 or 3 of those players become great or good. The NFL has 53 of those players. They will kill any college team. So whenever you have somebody like Caleb Downs, who's very good, who won some battles against CeeDee Lamb, he probably won some against Olave that didn't get shown.
Yeah.
But he's going to get beat. Like, think of the best cornerback in the league. He gets beat. So to say somebody got beat or had a bad game, like, for instance, when we played last year, it was somebody CeeDee had trouble against. Against the Chiefs. The Chiefs cornerback. He was having an all-pro year. They were putting all these numbers up, how he was number 1 in yards and number 1 in pass, all kind of stuff. And CeeDee just gave him the business. Like, he just tore him up. McDuffie, the one that went to the Rams.
Was that CeeDee or was it was Thanksgiving? That was I thought it was Georgie P. Georgie jumped over him. Remember that?
Yeah, he did. But he had he had like 3 penalties. Both of them were really doing it. But
I remember that.
But CeeDee was like he had more penalties on Pickens because Pickens beat him, but he had penalties on him. But Lamb was actually catching balls on him, and he had the worst game of the season against him. And nobody thinks anything like that because everybody has bad games. Everyone. Steph Curry is going to go 0 for 11 one time, and Dak is going to go 10 out of 22 one time. But what makes you better is you learn from that.
He got his bad game out of the way last playoffs.
Exactly. And so what makes you a better player is how you react to that. It's kind of like you just being like in life, you being a man or a woman. It's not what bad stuff happens to you or how you mess up. It's how you react after you mess up, how you bounce back after you mess up. Everybody's going to make dumb purchases or whatever, but you got to do that. You can go ahead.
Oh, I just got a question, like kind of piggyback off of what you were saying earlier. Do you think that football is the only sport that you see like the best college team coming up to play the worst NFL team? Because like in basketball, I can see a college team being an NBA team. I can see that happening. In baseball, I can see that happening. Football, I think, wouldn't happen because it's so physical.
Yeah.
Like it's grown man strength. And I know that you're just not old enough. You're not grown into everything yet as a 21-year-old.
No football player. It's very rare a football player comes from college to the NFL built like their finished product. Like, I mean, it might have been like Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was a freak in nature.
I saw my own eyes. I saw a player of my own that I swear to God, this kid could have played in the NFL as a freshman in college.
Yeah, and there's very few of those players.
Yeah, I saw who was that linebacker from the Broncos? Was it DJ? God, what was his name? He was a linebacker. He played for De La Salle in high school. I'll get his name and it'll come to me later. But he played linebacker at De La Salle in California, and I saw him play as a senior, and I was like, who is this grown man out there playing with these kids? and then he went to Miami and started as a freshman and a middle linebacker that nobody's ever started as a freshman in Miami and on defense. It was crazy. So that's really physically the only person that I've ever seen my whole 49 years of being on this planet that could physically, I think, could stand to maybe compete and practice with the team. Because he was just big enough and he just had
it. And you gotta find someone like that. Like you have to think back. Like, he's the only person I've seen. Like me, I think Myles Garrett maybe or Jadeveon Clowney. They looked physically ready to enter the NFL. Most people don't. So think of that. Multiply that by the 22 players that they have on the team. An NFL team they don't even have to be good, like run special plays. They could just out physical them, run the ball down their throat all game. Because if you think of how good Tyler Booker is, and think of all the other guards and how big they are. Like, they always get beat in their first year. You look like, oh man, he's just not strong enough. I listen to Vach, and Vach always calls it the the peanut butter diet, that from their first year to their second year is when their body makes the biggest jump, because now they've had a full year of an NFL strength and conditioning program.
Look at
So
our team.
they
Tyler Guyton is screaming what you're just saying right now. Tyler
exactly.
Guyton. You look at a picture of him.
Man, and so like look at their bodies and see like, man, NFL team would absolutely destroy the best college team. Even a college all-star team, the NFL would destroy a college all-star team. Trust me, man.
if you got the East-West Shrine game roster playing versus the freaking the Cleveland Browns third string, it still would be. It wouldn't even be a game.
It still wouldn't be. Like they might score a touchdown here or there, but they would lose by double digits every time. So
a couple of notes. A couple of last
who's doing
notes,
bad?
But yeah, a couple of last notes about what happened yesterday. But Blue didn't practice yesterday because of his shoulder, and it's just, I think Shoddy said that, there's nothing too serious about it. Don't think too much about it. But they were holding him out.
That door is creaking open. That door is creaking open.
True, and right now with that, Luke, he didn't play yesterday either. I don't know. They said that he left. Well, he did. Well, he might not make the team. So that's what I'm saying. The thing about it was he has to. The fullback is going to be installed. Is going to be something that is needed on this team. But if he's hurt and he can't play special teams, then they'll just have a tight end play fullback. Exactly. That's the way that we will.
Yeah. Who's our smallest tight end?
DJ Rogers has been playing fullback all camp. I haven't seen Lukey play very much at all. And that's number 49. He got in the way of everybody last.
Yeah, he did. I remember that. Yeah.
But I was watching him yesterday, and he actually looked pretty good. And he actually got into some of those scuffles too. He was throwing balls.
Yeah, he did, man.
Bows.
Insane.
The other news. I'll let you kind of break. I think we already talked about it a little bit, but go ahead. What is the next thing that kind of the bigger news that happened?
So the big acquisition we had that Jerry was touting that we were going to do is he signed Von Miller, 1 year. It's like $5 million, 5.5, I think, and it could go up to 7.5 if he gets incentives, which is a perfect price for someone of that caliber for the role they expect him to come in. And me personally, I like the move. I really like it. It was either him or Bobby Wagner. I would have taken either one of them, but I like this move. Because like you said, he can come in. We have a lot of young guys on the line. He can come in and teach those guys how to be professional while still producing. Like he got 9.5 sacks with the Commanders last year. But you know what? It was kind of a aberration. I was watching a couple people and they broke it down. Hold on. And they broke it down. And they said and they showed like 2 or 3 of his sacks were like like one the quarterback ran into his arms. It was like, so he really had like 5 real sacks.
Those were I'm going to give you grace on this. Those were straight from Commander writers. Those were straight from Washington Commander writers. Those tweets that you read, because I saw those.
I try to stay up on. I try to stay up on news. I try to stay up on the news.
I feel you.
I really didn't watch him play last year, so I only watched him play against us. So I didn't really pay attention to him as a Commanders linebacker.
So listen to you're an educated man, and you and I both like numbers. We like facts and data. Opinions can fuck off. Von Miller last year on the Commanders, he only played, what was it? Let me see here. 37% of the defensive snaps. Okay, 37%.
Was that around 15, 20 snaps?
It was. I think what they told.
Because usually they have about.
They really don't. But out of the 37%, which is a very situational role for them, right? Mm-hmm. Which is what he comes into us. We're not asking him to start. We're not doing anything like that. He's just coming in as a rotational aspect of our team. Just the numbers that he had last year. He ranked 7th among all edge rushers in the NFL. Doesn't matter how many plays you played. This is a percentage. So he ranked 7th among all qualified edge rushers at 18.4% pass rush win rate, which means it's not every time you line up against somebody you're winning it. It's when there's a pass, are you making a move and are you winning that battle? Are you getting a pressure on the quarterback, right? 18.4% every time that the quarterback dropped back that he was on the field, he was getting a pressure on the quarterback. He was winning against that guy. That ranks 7th out of all I don't know how many qualified defensive ends in the NFL.
You got
7.
Man, you got to say at least 2 a game, so that's 60 something. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then he had an elite 26.4% win rate on true pass sets too, ranking 4th in the whole league. 4th. So his 2025 stats were 9 sacks, 36 pressures, 22 hurries, and 4 hits. Remember, he only played 37% of the snaps. His PFF pass rush grade was 62.4. Pretty much one of the highest in the NFL. So yes, he is coming. So he's not the guy that doesn't have anything left in him. I don't believe. What I believe, and like I said, opinions don't mean shit to me, but I'm going to give you my opinion on this. So what it is not only do the facts and the stats say this guy does have something left in there, because that's what everybody's saying is like, oh, Cowboys could have signed him, should have signed him 4 years ago, then this would have been news. Bullshit. Really, what this means is he's going to walk into a locker room that needs veteran presence right away. So right away, that's going to help our team overall. We have a troubled guy that we drafted 2 years ago that needs help. Easy is going to get a lot of help from him right away. Malachi Lawrence is going to learn straight from him right away. As a rookie, he's not going to learn any bad habits, and maybe some of his bad habits. But right away, he is a veteran. But he's going to give us that rotation that we lost in Jadavon and Clowney. We thought we were going to have to spend like $9 million to re-sign Clowney.
Yeah,
we got him for half the amount. And he had one more sack and played like, I think if I read it right, it was like 147 less snaps than Clowney did last year too. So it was like the production is insane. So for that snap plus, and I think what you had said earlier was this was the big one. I don't think this was the big one. I think this was the one that was just being kept under wraps.
Okay.
I mean,
this is the appetizer.
I
think
think
the appetizer.
I think Jerry and Steven are cooking something up because Jerry said we're not done, and I do have all those high picks. I'm ready to kind of put something together.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, if we could trade for somebody right now and use a high pick out of all the holes that we have in our team right now, what do you think is the most important to focus on right now?
Man, I would go linebacker.
Okay.
Linebacker maybe first, or I would use a lower one and get a really good running back. I don't think they like our whole running back room.
Yeah. I agree with you on the running back. I think right now, I think that our focus should be on it's not going to be somebody that's let go, right? I mean, it's too late in the season to find somebody that's going to be able to actually produce that's let go and wait.
A good enough player, to move the needle.
Exactly. So we're going to need to trade for it. I think that we should focus on after cuts rooms, running back rooms that find somebody that not only can be. I don't want to find a bridge running back. We have a bridge running back.
Yeah, and that's what I said. If I'm trading, I'm trading for a real running back. Hey, I'm trading for a real running back.
Trade for somebody that's young enough, that has tread left on the tires, that wasn't a 400 to carry a year, bell cow, something or realistically, I really think that we should trade for a tackle, because if one of those guys goes down, or if one of those guys doesn't do what we want him to do, we need to have somebody step up, and I don't think Shelton's ready. And Nate Thomas, he can run block like a motherfucker, but he cannot pass block for some reason.
Yeah.
So
I thought about that too as well, but I was thinking along the lines of if we trade for one, we have to trade for one knowing that they know that they're coming in to be the swing tackle. Like if you're trading real assets, you don't want somebody coming in thinking they have a chance to start or they have a chance to.
It doesn't even have to be a trade. It could be a signing of like Taylor Decker or somebody that has a lot of experience and didn't want to play in camp. And that could just come in and be a swing tackle and be able to play maybe 2 or 3 games if we really need him to. Right? It's that old veteran backup quarterback that rolls up cigarettes in his sleeve that can get you through 2 games if you need him.
And that's why I really like the Von Miller signing because say even last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Von Miller signing would have been one because, man, we need him. He's automatically going to come in here and be our best guy. But in this one, we know he's coming in to be a situational pass rusher. He's like, we explained to him, hey, you're not going to be starting. You're not going to be getting 50 snaps a game. You're going to play 15 to 20 very, very obvious passing downs, 3rd and 9. Yeah, we're going to get you out there. Go get the quarterback. And because we signed him to that type of contract, he knows his role. He can save himself for those, and he knows I can go hard on these next 5 plays, especially if they're going in, like a pickup, like the last 2-minute drill, and they're passing every down. Put him in there. Go hard on these plays because like you've been resting all game, or at the end of the first half, just go get them because you're not going to be playing every snap, so you can give your all. And so that's why I like this particular signing because we don't need him, but we can use him very effectively, and I think that's how Parker will use him.
Yeah, he did say it out loud too in an interview in the press conference yesterday. Was he said, "I'm coming into a situation where I'm not expected to have to play a certain number of snaps. I'm really realistically kind of come in like you said the 20. Yeah, I think he said 24 to 26 snaps, but
yeah, I mean even last year,
arbitrary number.
If we would have signed him last year, we would have expected him to be what James Houston was, to where he plays a lot of snaps and we expect him to get sacks. But this year we don't need that.
Who's the guy that we got from the Commanders that we let go again? Who was that defensive end? You know what I'm talking
about.
Fowler. Yeah, it was Fowler. Fowler was the guy that was like, oh, we're going to pick him out. Oh, he's going to save us. He's going to bring some pass rush.
And that's what we did last year.
And I saw a tweet yesterday that said the difference between this Cowboys signing and if we would have done it a few years ago was, Von Miller would have been expected to start and sell tickets and, all this stuff. And we would have fought for a jersey number, everything. That would have been a huge deal. But it's not like that this one. He's just coming in and he's going to be a rotational.
He can't even get his jersey number. He's been giving up chickens. Even the giving up chickens, he can't even get the number, man. It's crazy.
I didn't hear if Lukey did that. He offered Lukey a lifetime supply of chicken if he could give him the 40.
Yeah,
and because what does he have? He has a chicken farm. He could do it. I would take that in a heartbeat.
Von Miller's made $150 million. He probably can do it. That's probably like $500,000 to him.
I checked on Madden last night, and when I signed him, the only like number that I think Lukey could realistically grab that's like 40 is I think 43 is available. I mean, what's that? I mean, he could grab it. 43, 40.
He's a fullback. We don't care about that.
He might not even make the squad. That's my hot take. This out of all this is that I don't think Lukey has a hold on to that position as much as we think he does, as he did last year and the year before last.
I'm even taking it a step further. I think they release him so Von can get his number, and then they bring him back on the practice squad.
How crazy would that be, right? That's like when Zeke came back and 21 was gone, and he's like, I guess I'll take 15.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so we got a late game coming up this Saturday. Who are we playing?
Cardinals in Arizona.
That's right. Yeah, we're playing the Cardinals in Arizona, which we play them later on in the season. So it's like Seattle. We're going to play them later on in the season. So this is a good barometer. But it's a late game, 9:00 Central Time, where I'm at in Texas. For you, it's 7 o'clock, so you got you're in the West Coast, so you got
I'm ready.
earlier time.
Shit's
So
gonna be on it's gonna be on local channel for me here. I can't
no,
wait.
that's right, man. So who, based off last game, based off practices, it changes every game, but who needs to have not necessarily a big game, but a good game? Like for instance, we didn't think that guy Brown needed to have a big game, but he had a monster game and he vaulted up the boards. Like I did say that I think Milton had needed to have a good game, which he did. I did say that I think Sam Howell was going to beat him out, and he had a great game. And so it's like, who do you think needs to have a good game to where it's like, we need to see more from you, man? Or maybe was injured, and hey, you're back now. We need to make a stamp on one of these games. Who do you got
Well,
for me?
the situation really is. I think that our I think our 53 is pretty much written out right now.
I think
You
so
know,
too. It's one or
but
two up in the air
yeah,
spots.
there's a couple different ones that they're kind of like leaning on that. Even yesterday, what's crazy is we didn't even talk about it was I saw who is our linebacker Leafu.
Yeah,
He didn't
Leofold.
play edge
Yeah,
or
yeah, he didn't.
he
He was
actually played
inside.
middle
He was
linebacker.
inside this time. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, you know what? Let's throw one last Hail Mary at this, and if you can kind of find a role within our inside linebackers, maybe
Yeah,
that
you can
that
tell
might work.
that
'Cause he's
you can
not going to
tell that
make
they
it back.
want him on the team, but it's like you got to give us a reason to keep you.
Exactly. So I think there's a couple of players like that. The first one isn't like that. The first one's a rookie, but he needs to show Parker that he is it's determined, like he's going to be able to start. So the first one is Jayshon Barham. He needs to translate his camp hype into the on field
Yeah,
production and aggression.
he's
Right.
been
So
doing pretty good in camp.
yeah,
Yeah,
he really has. And I mean we always have that receiver that's like camp
yeah,
Cinderella, and I think Barham came in. The real it's something that I read something today that kind of blew my mind that I didn't even think about was Parker's coming from the Eagles, right? And that the Eagles defense had that linebacker that just kind of played all over the place and just gave
yeah,
everyone fits,
yeah.
right? And who was that last year?
It was Braun. It was Braun for him.
Braun, exactly. So
Yeah,
I think that he's going to play that role because everywhere they keep lining up they keep lining him up in the traditional middle inside linebacker. They line him up on the edge. They line him up off ball linebacker. They have him stepping up, blitzing. I mean, they have him doing a lot of things. So I think the first guy that needs to kind of show what he can do is Barham on Saturday, and with and continuously do it, not one
yeah.
play here, and there, and there.
And so that's where we
Next guy,
get our hold on before we move there. So that's how
Go
like they don't say stuff out loud, but that's how you can get a sense of if they like this guy, if they don't like this guy. Like one of the best indicators of if they like you is if it's the third preseason game in the fourth quarter, and you're supposed to be a starter, but you're playing in the game. Chances are they're like, I don't know about you. So it's like different hints like that. With him,
if you're playing in the third game, you're trying
in the
out
fourth
for other
quarter, yeah,
teams.
yeah, you're trying out.
Anything in the third game. I'm telling you right
And
now.
so and so with him, they've been moving him all over, but it's the positive all over. Like with Leofold, they're moving him around like, man, you're not doing well here, so let's try something else. But with this guy, they're moving him around because, man, he's doing good here. Let's try him here. Oh, he's doing good here too. Let's try him here. So they're moving him around as a Swiss Army knife. And so it's like you can get the sense of they really like him. They like what he can do, what he brings to the table. So yeah, we need to see it translated onto the field in a real game before we can jump on the hype train. So right now we're just on the hype caboose, but I want to get on the hype train.
All right, we got it. We'll get on it.
Who else?
Both it. Then next one is Phil Maffa. This and the next two I think I'm going to talk about at the same time. Maffa and Abanaconda, or Israel Abanaconda. Both of them are running backs. Both of them on Saturday have a chance to take the lead in the running back 2 role. I'm not saying that Blue isn't going to be our running back 2, or even I know that we put these labels on it, but it's not. Our offense isn't like running back 1 is going to get 30 carries. Running back 2
doesn't matter. Yeah,
it's all situational. right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Blue is the breakout back. He can take it anywhere he can score anywhere on the field. He's more of a screen back, change of pace.
Yep.
Abonaconda, now this kid is having a camp and a half. Even
He
the
is, man. He's
game,
doing well.
even our last game, I think he had I think he had the carries and the stat line that we need Maffa to have if he wants to take it.
I do got to give you your flowers, though, man. I remember a couple years ago when we started this pod, when we were trying to trade for a running back, he was one that you were pounding the table for. Like, man, we need to get this guy from the Jets. So I got to give you your props on that one. And I was right there with you, but I remember you brought it up first, and I was like, man,
we love the
I
Jets
do agree with
running
that.
back room.
But man, we wanted him so bad, especially when they drafted Braylon Allen. We were like, let's go get Israel. We were on screaming for it. But now we finally got him, and I think he's going to do good stuff for us.
I think he has a real good chance of making this 53. He just has to be able to play a little bit of special teams, but he brings something different. Like if you're looking at some of the film from the last game, not even just practice yesterday, but the film, there was spots where like Milton fumbled the snap and he couldn't get the handoff to him, and he got the handoff to him, and there was 3 defenders coming at Abonaconda, and he like morphed into 3 yards to the side and then got up the field for a 6-yard gain out of nowhere. And then there was just so many like little instances of where he was actually doing what we needed a running back to do. That's just like when Javonte came over. We were like, oh, you know, we don't know what we really have with him. And then all of a sudden he was picking up
this guy's
5-6 yards at a clip. And we're like, Jesus. And he's laying the hat on people. I mean,
good at football.
might, but you and I both have kind of this little kind of crush on Maffa, Phil Maffa.
I do, man. I want Maffa to succeed. I want him to succeed.
The size and speed, his story, just everything that he comes with, it shows that he deserves it. It's just a little tiny injuries here and there. We hid him on. Look at you trying to slide
cricket.
We hit him on the injury report last year, all year basically, and I think he just deserves a chance, and I think he's going to get it on Saturday. And I think that if he has a stat line of 15 carries for 60 yards, I think that it's going to make it real hard for us to make a decision that we don't need him on our team.
They better figure it out, because Malik Davis was not playing around last game.
Malik isn't playing either. Jeez. I mean, we have these backs that are just on the edge of
being great,
really
they're
good.
All good. That they're good and above average, but
nobody
one
really knows
thing is stopping them from being great. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Like almost to the fact they're really good, but we're not afraid to put them on the practice squad because no one's going to take
them.
You know what I mean? Except Blue. We don't want to do that with Blue because for some reason
Blue would definitely get picked up.
I'm a good Blue grabbed.
All right, so I think that's it, man. We got a game coming up Saturday at 9 against the Cardinals. We're gonna get some more football coming in. I think it's gonna be a good game, a good challenge.
I'm excited.
And some people are gonna separate themselves more. Someone's gonna get put in the doghouse, and we'll be back next week to tell you guys all about it. Who rose, who fell, whose stock is up, whose stock is down, who's about to get cut, and all that. So we'll keep you guys in line. Score doesn't matter, so we're not gonna make a prediction, but I think we'll have a better showing. I think our defense is gonna get stronger with the communication. All that is gonna start. I haven't felt this good about a team since 2014.
Shoot, that was 16.
That was Romo.
When Dak.
Yeah, Dak took over in 16.
I think that's
2014 was when we were real good.
But 16 is when it was the last time I think I felt really confident about how, because Dak and Zeke were brand new. They were so young. They didn't even know how good we were.
I didn't feel good about that team until week 10 when we were 8-2. That's when I started feeling good. I'm talking about in training camp. I felt really good about that 2014 team.
I feel you on that. I got you.
Because when Romo got hurt, I was for sure our season was over. I was like, man, that's it. Hopefully Dak can go 2-3 or something, and he can come back and save the season. But he went on a tear. Anyway.
Yeah. We got Cardinals always have our fucking our number.
I
For
just
some
don't.
reason, it's just
I just don't understand it.
stupid.
It's like witches live in Arizona that cast a spell on them. They just beat us every time.
The last Cardinals Cowboy game I went to was the one where we lost the very end. Like we got a pump block, and
Oh
it
yeah,
was
yeah, I
it
remember
was
that.
so bad. It was so sad. But
I hate the Cardinals. Anyway, but y'all stay tuned. We'll catch y'all next week and let y'all know what happened. Eddie, let's roll out, man. Tell the people bye.
Well, thank you for spending a little time with us, guys. Make sure that you are clicking that subscribe button if you haven't. Let us know in the comments what you felt like. Maybe a different player is going to have a better game on Saturday, or somebody that you think is on the bubble of not making this roster. We'll talk about it in the comments, and maybe we'll talk about it in the next spot. So you guys have a wonderful week. Make sure you're tuning in on Saturday. We'll be talking about the game.
And that's it. All right, now. We're out.